I'm Ben Stockwell. Today I'm joined by Rob Dow, head coach of the Vermont men's soccer program, the defending national champions who were picked first in the America East men's soccer preseason poll. Rob, you guys were picked first once again after taking home that national title. What do you hope your guys kind of take from that experience, one or two lessons into this year with a new team, new challenges?
Course, I'm super honored, again to be picked number one in our program and what that means for us. But we've accepted the fact that this is like the first indication of the pressure that's going to be on our backs and the target that's going to be on us throughout the whole season. So although we've accepted that, it doesn't make it any easier, and we have to show up recognizing that it's a privilege to have that type of pressure and it's going to make us better because we're going to get a lot of teams' best games this season. Now, going to your point of what we learned and how amazing it was last season, we have several returners that have big game experience, and we're going to lean on that type of leadership. From guys like David Ismail and Maxi Kissel and Nicholas Herseg, Ryan Zelfro. These are the types of names, but we also lose a lot of guys who had, really, really important roles for us for multiple years. So we're gonna look for, this special junior class that's rising and ready to make an impact for us and some incoming talent.
For you kind of going off that, are there any guys you feel that didn't have a chance to make a large impact last year, whether it be injury, people they were behind in the lineup, that you feel could maybe surprise some outsiders this year in the way that they just kind of, come out and play?
Yeah, fortunately for us, several. Now, I didn't feel as fortunate last year when there was injury and that type of thing. But we get Nick Lockerman back. He was America's Freshman of the Year in 2023. He was out for most of the season last year. Peter Boltman, who scored a big goal against Bryant in a regular season. He'll be important for us in the back line as we lose, Zach and Max back there. Gianluca Armelino, who redshirted last season again due to an injury. This spring, he had a great showing. Was our leading scorer and an assist guy. So some examples, but other guys in that junior class I'm talking about, they've been chomping at the bit. Jeremy Sang and TJ LaQuarrie and or some more.
Overall, what are you excited about with this year's squad?
Yeah. Look, after three championships last season, uh, it's impossible to go back to your team and to think like we're underdogs. That keyword underdogs. So we're going to draw the confidence, from this, and everyone that's was a part of it. But it's got to be specifically into this 2025 way, and we're starting with a clean slate like everyone else in the country, and figuring out what's going to work and the chemistry is going to develop a gelling process. So we'll go back, and learn a lot in preseason. But I'm excited that this team wants to, continue to shake this underdog, this idea, that Vermont was lucky last season. No, it's intentional. And here are the value points in which got us to that process. And they should have a lot of confidence to execute that. And we've got some great players coming in, and we'll see what this team can do, pretty quickly.
You guys are fortunate. First games of the year are at home. Six of your first eight are at home. God, how nice is it to have that buffer there? You get to spend so much time at Virtue Field early on with that home crowd you guys have nearly developed.
And their lens, like some of the advantages and the benefits of carrying a strong, if not a strong RPI, going into this season, is that we can get more players, more teams up here at Virtue Field, which has shown over the course of multiple years, but especially this summer at the Vermont Green, and how special it is to play here with the energy and excitement in the crowd. So, with all these home games, I'm really excited to carry this momentum from the USL 2 season into the NCAA Division One season at home with big games like Hofstra, and Akron, of course, Bryant and UNH, and many more.
Well, Rob, best of luck with preseason starting up here shortly and the season just less than a month away now.
Appreciate it, and thanks for having me on.